Hi, everybody. Very excited today because I have here Robert Martin. No, it's not the first time I have Robert on camera with me. Actually, we do it pretty much every day, but he's already been in the podcast. So he's been a guest twice, I would say at least. So if you want to know, extensive details about the man himself, you can go back a few episodes and you'll find it there. Because today we're here just to talk about the initiative that we have going on. Actually, both of us for Magic Bean's agency called Reclaim Tomorrow. But I will just allow Robert to introduce himself a little bit, talk a little bit about, the company mission, and then we'll get into the juicy part of Reclaim Tomorrow. So thank you so much for being here, Robert.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be back. I'm probably maybe one of the few people who's been on the language worker more than once or twice, so it's a
Mhm.
privilege. And it's always a pleasure to see new content coming out and new guests on the podcast. So, long time no see. It's good to be back again. Yeah, so I guess as you said, we're launching Reclaim tomorrow, which is our new offering for the freelance community, who of course are super important within our space, but maybe are a little bit underappreciated. But before we jump into that, I guess I just wanted to come back to the reason that I founded Magic Beans Agency originally, and the mission statement that we continue to have is to help people and teams to thrive within our industry. So it's not all about the money. It's not all about, global domination. It's really about giving people skills, approaches, knowledge, choices, and making them feel better about the industry in which we work, the realities in which we work, right? So I came from a sales and marketing background. I did maybe 15, 16 years working for LSPs of different sizes. That's how we met, I think, originally.
That's right.
And
It's
originally
10 years, actually, if you want to know.
okay, wonderful.
It's been 10 years.
So originally, I wanted to share my sales and marketing experience and growth experiences with LSPs of different sizes. And then, of course, as time goes on, the technology topic has taken center stage within our space. And indeed, globally, technology is evolving at such a rate. We expanded the team. We took on some great technology consultants that you know. You joined the team. Our team has grown and expanded. And I suppose these days, we're mostly helping people in areas such as growth, technology, and what I would call transformation, right? So this constant evolution that we're all seemingly going through, whether we're an enterprise, a localization manager in an enterprise, an LSP owner or team, and now finally with the freelance translator community who are also evolving, changing, and settling in for maybe a future that looks a little bit different than they thought it might look. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's been the trajectory. And the freelance community is something that obviously is kind of close to our hearts. You're a freelance linguist yourself. You have many years of experience, providing language services. Many of your listeners will be as well. I studied languages originally. I did a BA in languages with computing, studying French and German. I guess you would call me a failed translator. Somebody gave me, I think it was Trados and HTML QA at the time, and sent me off to translate a website. And I had a one and only experience of working as a professional translator, let's say. It was a disaster, but it gave me a newfound respect for the role and the intensity of the role and the whole experience of immersing yourself in these files and formats and tags to be able to, provide coherent, quality, persuasive text and content, right? So it gave me a newfound respect for the career. I've had contact with translators over many parts of my career, and it's always been in the back of my mind that we wanted to help and support this community even more. A community who I would say it's fair to say has been, relatively neglected and maybe mistreated over the years, and who doesn't always get the the voice box or the pulpit that they deserve, right? So,
Hmm.
providing an offer to help translators to learn about the new realities that are out there, to develop new skills, learn about new approaches, was very important for me personally, and I think for the rest of our team as well. So, it's been a project that has taken a little bit of time to come to fruition. We had the first class, I think, from October to December of
Mm-hmm.
25, and we're excited to welcome the new class starting from February the 18th. So
Perfect.
we're right in the middle of letting people know about the course at the moment. We have partners who are helping us out. We have previous participants who are giving us great testimonials, and we're excited to bring it to a wider audience.
I guess one of the good parts was that when we started the course, immediately feedback started running in, and it was really interesting to see that people were already excited after the first session. So I guess that really gave us the strength to keep going. But we have received a lot of feedback ever since, right? We
Yeah,
also
and
asked people for feedback. Obviously, that's our job, right?
And I think it's very, very important to remember that in our space, in our industry, there's a million realities. There's not one type of translator or one type of LSP or one type of enterprise. Everybody is living their own reality. There are
Mm-hmm.
translators who are supremely confident and who think that they already know everything about AI and its capabilities, its limitations, and all of the things that they want to do and they don't want to do. But there's plenty of people who are really valuing learning about new topics, new perspectives, learning about new specialist areas, learning about ways in which they can influence their career, manage their career, attract different types of clients. So there's many
Mm-hmm.
different people, as you know, in our very colorful industry, and it's been really encouraging to get the feedback from the first class, the first participants, who were quite varied. I think they came from quite a few different countries, maybe to
Mm-hmm.
12 to 15 different countries. And yeah, it was a privilege really to see them become more comfortable with some of the concepts and with each other, I guess, as the weeks went on.
I guess also the invited facilitators was something that really set this course apart. I guess it was necessary for us as a team to see also other perspectives coming from other people. And I think really people value that a lot. That's always part of the feedback that I get is that people were really, really happy with the choices, fortunately,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we made in that
absolutely.
respect.
Yeah, so apart from yourself and Laura Casanellas, who is our consultant for technology, who already is, and you're both an indomitable dream team. We had people like Kelsey Frick talking about positioning and marketing. We had Ana Sofia Correa talking about a career in life sciences and how to position yourself and how to develop within life sciences. We had Nora Diaz, who gave us a lot of insight into the world of interpretation and also how to use the new technologies for things like terminology and research and
Mhm.
usage within live interpretation. And we had Alina, how am I going to pronounce it? It's Alina
Caracanta, I think it is.
Caracanta, our
We hope.
multimedia specialist or professor in applied linguistics who spoke to us about multimedia. And I think there was a few other people who kind of popped in and out over the few weeks, myself included.
Of course.
So I think it was really valuable, and our participants had told us that it was really valuable for them to hear these different voices, these different perspectives. Not everybody was an AI fan. Not everybody was saying, look, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's very much about giving people information and choices and options and new ideas and new approaches which can inspire them to take action.
Mm,
And no doubt about it, we're living in a time of change, a time which is characterized by change. And let's be honest, it's probably not going to stop.
of
The
course.
speed at
At
which
least for now.
technology, yeah, the speed at which technology is evolving, the amount of investment that is out there, technology is our reality, not just
Mm,
in our industry, in every industry. Every CEO in the world is asking his staff or her staff to use technology, right? So that's not going to go away. We have to play the cards we're dealt. We have to learn about these things, upskill, as we say, and make the best out of the situation. And yes, that does include pushing back on our clients, educating them, pushing back on those LSPs who might want to not may not want to pay the rates that we would like to receive. and
Mhm.
and creating, identifying and creating our own sense of value, including our monetary value that we can charge back to our clients. And of course, identifying new services that we can offer, which fit into the new world order, if you like.
Hmm. Right. But I always bring it back to the same because I know it's all about technology these days and all of that. But we also, and this is another reason to bring in the guests, tried to show people that it's actually still all about people. And we also offered some advice on other things that are not necessarily so entangled with the whole AI story. Because at least in my module, my goal is to show people that you have other things beyond what you can do in technology. And so you can bring all that you have. Sometimes you get inspired by your personal life situation, your context, all of that. So you can actually provide other services that you've never seen as a possibility for making a living with, right? So it's like things that you enjoy, things that you love, things that you know deeply about, right? And you care deeply about can be new avenues for success mingled with all this knowledge that we have about languages, about technology, and all of that. So there's a lot of things there that we talk about to give people the overview that I think people need in order to be a lot more positive about the coming future, right?
Yeah, and hopefully that's what we're doing. I think these days, of course, as with our LSPs, we need to be both the specialist and the generalist. And of course, the generalist now needs to know so many more things than they ever knew before, right? In terms of technology, in terms of workflows, in terms of connectors, in terms of, new practices that are kind of expected. Things are a lot more demanding now, I guess, than they were, 20 years ago. So even to be a generalist is already the bar is so much higher, which is one
Mhm.
of the challenges that people have. But absolutely, the goal is to give people choice. It's to give them confidence. It's to give them options. It's to show them possibilities maybe that they didn't realize existed before. As I say, we're in a very distinct reality, a very distinct moment in time at the moment, and it's important to get on with things and get on with it in confidence, with confidence, I should say.
So we're all looking forward to starting. Of course, it's going to be 8 weeks packed with all sorts of great experiences. I already know. It's great that we have, live feedback from people because, of course, our classes are all live, even if you're entitled to the recording. The idea is for us to be there live with you so that you can, ask your questions, talk about what you're feeling, express yourself, really. So that's the goal of doing everything live for us,
Yeah, and we're also talking to our translator community now that we have a translator community about
right?
other offers that we want to bring to the table as well. A lot of translators are interested in doing more technical workshops with us on different tools. We've been
Mhm.
talking about some business upskilling as well, and different kind of offers. So we're going to continue to consult with these people and hopefully bring more offers to the table. I personally feel that, translators are underrepresented and, under acknowledged. I think that for the good of our space and our industry. And remember, content is king everywhere. So that need for content is just increasing and increasing all of the time, which means that the need for good content localizers is also going to, be steady at least, And so it's important that we treat our translators properly. It's important that they have sustainable businesses, sustainable livings, good rates. And that's what we're all about here at Magic Beans Agency. We're 100% behind the translators. We do believe it's important to upskill, and we want to help them to do that. And we hope that lots of them will join us on February the 18th.
Oh, yeah. So for that, we will leave, all the things that you need in order to get more information, to sign up, whatever you feel like you should be doing. So, under here in the comments and description, you will have the links and all the information that you need. But of course, you can always reach out to any of us at Magic Beans, especially Robert, myself, obviously, Alexandra. So we're all very involved always because this is very, very close to our hearts because this is what we do. We talk about languages, we breathe languages, and all we want to do is for the community to keep thriving, and we want to be with them in that process, right?
Yeah, and I want to add as well, and we're nice people. We're not just here to make some money. I'm very conscious that sometimes in the LinkedIn forums or the online forums, there's a kind of a polarization. So if you worked in an LSP, you're on that side. If you're a translator, you're on that side. It's not like that. We're real people wanting to help real people. We have empathy, we have sympathy. We know the quagmires that people have to deal with, the difficult circumstances that people have to deal with them. We have to deal with them too, right? So we're genuinely on the side of the translators. I want to reiterate that. We're not only pro technology, we're not only pro LSPs or enterprises. We're genuinely here to support the translator community, and I hope that we're going to continue to do so for a long time to come. So
Okay.
thank you for the opportunity to come on and talk about this program. As I
Hmm.
say, we want to do more for this community. So if people want to reach out to us with their ideas, if they want to collaborate with us, we're happy to talk. We're always looking for good collaborators. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to do lots more in the future for this very, very important community.
I'm sure we will. So we'll be here for the long run, and hopefully you will be here with us too. So see you very soon. And you already know if you need anything from our side about Reclaim tomorrow, we'll be here and we are always happy to talk about it. So thank you so much and see you next time.